studysamba.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to studysamba.com. Today we're going to be learning how to play Caixa Em Cima, or Caixa on top. This style of playing is used by many of the top schools in Rio today, like Salguiero, Grande Rio, Estacio, Tijuca, to name a few. So grab your sticks, grab your instrument, and let's study samba. Okay, so the first thing to talk about here is how we hold the drum. Obviously the distinct thing here is that we're holding the drum up here, not using a strap around our waist like in other styles. One of the bonuses of this is sound-wise. Having the drum up here in the bateria means that it projects a little more and it's closer to the ear, obviously, so you can hear yourself very clearly. I'll start by taking the drum. Obviously, as always, we have the snare wires or the strings facing out, facing up. We play on that side, and I want to hold the drum fairly square to my chest here. So I don't want to be playing sort of at an angle like this, but I want the drum square at a right angle to my chest. Now, I'm right-handed, obviously swap this round if you're left-handed, but I'm going to place this lug here in my armpit there. So that wedges in there, and then my shoulder comes across and presses at a right angle against the drum there. So I have a nice strong sort of nest for the drum in here. Then my left arm comes along the bottom of the drum here, across the shell, giving myself a nice, strong, firm grip. So the drum isn't going anywhere and I'm not going to drop it. Now I want to place my left hand, the heel of my hand, on this lug here. This is a personal thing really. You see people playing out here with the heel resting against the rim, or here. You can find whatever's comfortable for you here, but just make sure you don't have a big gap here. You want to have the drum nice and controlled and pressed against lots of flesh. And that's pretty much it. So that one thing to consider here is we don't want the drum to be really low down, so you want to have it nice and high up. Sometimes you'll see people playing a Rio all the way up here. Again, just personal. So spend some time, figure out what's comfortable for you, where the drum sits nicely, make sure you can hold it, make sure you can reach everything in your hands and fingers are nimble, and you're ready to go. Okay, now to play Caixa Em Cima, we need to have a couple of different sticks. So for the left hand, we want to have a nice short stick. So this is just a Caixa stick that was sawed down, and it's about 6 inches long, 7 inches long. Now you can change this for personal preference again, but this is so that in the left hand, when we're holding the drum here, we have a nice short stick to play with. And in the right hand, you can use a regular Caixa stick. You see people in Rio using lots of different things. Maybe you can use a hipiki stick, you can use a shorter sawn down Caixa stick, just whatever's comfortable for you. And that's in your right hand. So we have a normal stick in the right hand and a nice short stick in the left hand. So now that we have our sticks and we know how to hold the drum, let's start to look at how we play. So the grip for Caixa Em Cima is quite important. Let's start with the left hand. There are a few different ways you can do this, and again, it's something that you see people in Rio doing lots of different things. So some people will play with the stick going between these two fingers. So if I hold out my left hand and make a little Spock symbol, rest the stick against my thumb here, bring my index finger and my middle finger on this part of the stick, and then the other two fingers on the back. So it's going through there. You can see that. Some people do this. Some people will put it behind the ring finger, so just the pinky finger is there. You'll see some people with all 4 fingers on the front of the stick, like this, and the thumb here. Any of these combinations. I generally prefer to have the 3. I just find I have more control with this. But again, it's up to you, personal preference, whatever's comfortable, and whatever means you won't drop the stick. So, heel of the hand on the lug, and our left hand is ready to play. You can hold further down the stick, or you can hold it closer, whatever's comfortable. I'd be somewhere in the middle, otherwise if I'm too close to the middle, I normally hit this stick with my right hand and then the stick falls out of my hand, which we don't want. Okay, and in the right hand, you want to take the stick, hold your hand out, and just grab it. Yeah, so really, you grab it with a fist. It's not like playing the drum set. If you're coming with drum set technique, where we have a grip like this, yeah, where the main fulcrum point or grip point is between these fingers, and then our hands are around and our thumb is on top. Nice American technique. We don't need that. Either sort of grab it with a fist like this, or some people will play with just one finger holding it and the other fingers out, or these fingers maybe. We can talk about this later on. This is a good way of getting the bounce that you need. But otherwise, for now, let's just take a fist, grab the stick there, and our left hand is here and our right hand is here. We want a nice right angle in our elbow, and the wrist rotation here. So we don't want to be playing like this, we don't want to be playing like this, we don't want to be playing like this. Nice and square. And to get used to the movement, just hold your hand out in front of you and twist so your palm is up and your palm is down. Then put the stick in your hand and do the same thing. And this is where we get the rotation. So we're not moving our arm out at the elbow, that stays still and we just twist. And with the left hand, it's just sort of gathering the fingers into yourself, into themselves. Fantastic. So we're ready to play. Let's take a look at the pattern. One other important thing when we're playing like this, similar to when we're playing Caixa Em Cima, down low, is that we want to avoid hitting the strings in the middle of the drum. When we hit the strings, they break easier. So it doesn't matter too much, but if you're playing in a samba school in Rio and you're playing somebody else's drum, you don't want to snap the strings. So we want to avoid that. So some people will play with the strings vertical, some people at a bit of an angle, some people dead straight. This is personal preference. I'll go about here, and we want to be hitting the drum in this area here, just below the strings, nice and in the middle. So let's make sure we can get a sound out of each of our hands first. So there's our right hand. Nice wrist rotation in the middle of the drum, just below the strings, and then the left hand. Now the left hand is really tricky in Caixa Em Cima. It's taken me a long time to get this together, so you just have to work on it. But it's just a sort of opening and closing of the hand. Now the first exercise I want us to do is just playing single strokes hand to hand. So right, left, and keep that going to get used to switching between the two hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3. Now we're comfortable with that. Let's change the shape a little bit. So we've got the sound in the middle of the drum in the right hand. Now we're going to get the other sound, which is a rim shot. So to achieve this, we hit a little closer down here and we get a little bit of the rim with the drum. It doesn't have to be super loud, just there. So in the middle, rim shot. So just practice alternating between those without the left hand. Now let's do the exercise we were doing before, but moving between the rim shots and the center of the drum. Un, dos, tres. And again. Un, dos, tres. So we've got a sound in the center of the drum and we've got a sound on the rim shot. We're getting pretty close to the pattern. The next technique we need to learn is a double stroke in the right hand. So rather than playing right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, we're going to play right, right, left, right, 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 left, right, right. And repeat that. Un, dos, tres, and. Okay, that's all in the center of the drum. Now let's add the rim shot. So the two rights are in the center, left, and then a right on the rim shot. Then back to the center. So for this, we need a nice shape in the wrist. 3, 4. This is where a grip where there's a little bit of room can be helpful sometimes. When you're playing up to speed, you can get a good level of bounce if you have some fingers out. But don't worry too much about that for now at this speed. Okay, now we've got both of those techniques. Let's learn the pattern. So the beginning of the pattern is like this. Right, right, left, right, right, as we were doing before. And from then on, you just play singles. That's one bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. A bit faster. Okay, then we need to add the shape and the melody. Center for the first 2 hits. Rim shot. Center. Let's just try that. And then for the singles, it's the shape we were playing before. So center, rim. Three, four. Two, three, four. Okay, and that's the pattern, basically. So let's try it a little bit faster. Now, an important thing to consider is that the rim shots shouldn't be louder than the notes in the center. The notes in the center are the ones on the beat, so they should have the momentum and the drive. Like so. And that's the Caixa Em Cima pattern that we'll learn for today. Keep practicing it, make sure there's a nice melody in the right hand, start slow and work up to speed. Thanks very much for watching and come back for more videos.